Good morning. Well, it is a beautiful day here on trail this morning. And I am surprisingly feeling really good after yesterday's probably one of the most challenging days for me on trail. We had everything from hail, we had snow, we had wind gusts pretty consistent all day between 40 and 60 miles per hour. We had very cold temperatures, and with the wind chill, probably we're in the 20s. And then the terrain was just really difficult. Just lots of really big boulders and rocks the whole way, which are a little bit harder on your feet, things like that. But amazingly, I feel really good today. So apparently this bridge was taken out, and Chris and I were wondering what the water crossing was going to be like without the bridge, because they gave an option of going around it in high water. But okay. Chris hiked the entire PCT with huge water crossing, so I'm going to take his coaching right now. Yesterday, there wasn't a sign or anything, but we actually crossed the 500 mile mark. So you missed out on a Lisa happy dance, because I didn't know we passed 500 miles until my son said that it was 7 miles past it. Now we're already 20 miles past it, so we're like shooting for 600 now. But we're heading today to Mount Rogers Visitor Center, and I'm very excited because my parents are driving up from Florida and we are going to meet them there. So super excited because we've been out here for over a month now, and obviously missing family and friends. So it'll be amazing to see my parents and spend some time with them. We're going to be going into Marion, where we'll be able to resupply, because they're bringing up a couple of our resupply boxes that we made from the house, along with a new pair of shoes. So I'm very excited because my shoes are at their lifespan right now, and I've had issues with them since I began. So we had 18 miles to go from where we started this morning, and we've probably been hiking 4 or 5 miles now. So we expect to get there maybe around 2 o'clock. We left really early this morning from camp, so just very excited for today. Well, we just took a nice little break. I had no water, and there was a shelter that we accidentally passed a little way before that we were supposed to get water from. So by the time we got to the next water source, I was like totally out. But yeah, I took a nice little break, had some snacks, rested, and we have about 7 miles to get to Mount Rogers. So kind of excited for that. And it's funny, whenever you get to like a main point where the hikers are getting off trail, there's just this like energy of getting close to a town where you're gonna have a break or food or something. And while we were having our break, a number of hikers had passed us, and it's all top of mind is, in only 7-8 miles, you get off trail and staying at a hostel and eating good tonight. So, but usually it's like every 3 days or so, when for Chris and I especially, seems to be every 3.5 days when we stop. Mostly because I really don't want to carry more food than that. I have realized that I have a really hard time carrying too much weight. It puts like strain on my ankles and arches of my feet. So I try to only carry 3 days of food, because it seems like if it's any more than 3 days of food, I could really like feel the difference on my body. And everybody's different, so I know there's a bunch of guys out here who are carrying like 10 days of food just so that they have it to be hungry, and they're perfectly fine. My son is probably one of them who could care less how much his pack weighs. He'll just be fine. But me, I actually notice it. So yeah, so we stop every 3.5 days. And so we are right at that. We've been out here for 3 days now. So it will be perfect. And here Marion has quite a bit of options for eating, so I'm sure we're gonna find someplace good later.
I kind of want a picture.
Well, we made it to the visitor center by Mount Rogers. So we are going to see if we could use the landline phone, because my parents are stuck in a little traffic jam, so try to get in touch with them. So we made it to Marion, Virginia. We got actually a free shuttle ride down the mountain into town. My parents were held up in some traffic on the expressway a little bit, so it worked out perfect. We took this, they have like a bus that runs 3 times a day at different scheduled times, and the bus driver said that since COVID they have waived the fee, so it's a free shuttle. So he basically asked us where we wanted to go, and we asked him to drop us off at this really great restaurant, which I'm actually still standing in front of. So if you come to Marion, you must, and I mean must, go to this restaurant here called McAdoo's. The bus driver told us about it, and oh wow, it's really good. It's so good that we're gonna come back here again in a couple of hours later with my parents. So, and then literally right next door is the Mary Inn Hostel. So if you're staying in a hostel in downtown Marion, apparently this is a really great hostel. We are actually going to the Red Roof Inn Hotel. So we're just basically waiting for my parents now to come meet us on the side of the road any minute. So looking forward to it, very excited.